welcome to You Rolled a 1, episode 15, Street Fight. In our last episode, our characters snuck out of the City of Seafall, hid in a nearby mill, and managed to destroy the siege engines of the goblins before slipping back into the city. A successful mission, except for the fact that Manx shit himself. With the siege engines destroyed, the people of Seafall don't expect the goblins are going to be able to mount an attack, and that the cold winter winds will drive them away, lifting the siege for good. 10 hours have passed since the last episode, and now we find our party inside the cozy, warm Silver Stag Tavern. Let's see what's going on there. Democles, you awaken in your own private room at the Silver Stag with an overwhelming sense of foreboding. Manx, Axel, and Nictor wake up in the room next door, having all bunked together.
Something about Tuesdays, always so much foreboding. I would like to go downstairs to where I might be able to procure a very small breakfast from Chef Moyardee.
So, as you open your door, the smell of fried fish wafts up to you, and you can hear Chef Moyardee bellowing throughout the tavern.
Salt of the sea, flesh of the deep.
The smell of rich fish and fried onions comes up to the room.
Ugh. All these seafaring towns. I don't know who ever made it legal to have fish for breakfast, but Chef Moyardee...
Oh, Democles, you are awake. Come, have some breakfast.
I have to warn you, I had a very rough sleep. It's just there's something about Tuesdays. There's just so much foreboding. Much worse than Mondays, you understand. And do you have vegetables?
Ha ha ha! Funny. Vegetables. Who needs them?
He gestures you to sit at one of the closer tables and then plops down a large platter of fried fish, baked beans, all mixed together with onions.
I'll have some of these beans, I guess. Protein.
This is a breakfast fit for a noble of your stature, especially after the victory you achieved yesterday.
He pats you on the back with such vigor that it spills some of the beans and mead in front of you.
Mead for breakfast? Something's wrong with his head. Nobody should be that joyful before coffee.
Boil the broth.
I will join him down at the table and sit down and fish again.
Chef Moyardee sees you, Manx, and brings out another plate of food for you, although less enthusiastically than Democles's.
Coffee? Do you have coffee?
No coffee, Democles, but I could make you a fresh mint tea.
Tea will do. Here, Manx, you can have this mead he put down. I don't drink, at least not in the mornings.
You know, I was a little put off by the smell and all the fish, but this is really good. See, it pays to not be a picky eater.
There's something inextricably linked between the nose and the tongue. I can't separate the flavor of the fish. It's quite overwhelming, and I had a rough sleep last night. Doom and all that, you understand. Sometimes the stars, they bring nightmares and portents that no one should see.
You do seem troubled, my friend. You must not have slept well. Did you dream of anything in particular? I know that's kind of your thing.
You've probably heard this before, but when you stare into the vast distance and abyss, sometimes the abyss stares back into you, and 'tis so with seeing glimpses of the web. I get connected to it, and it's very difficult to discern. I don't feel ready to share what my dreams were, but perhaps after some tea, I might be able to make sense of them.
I think it's time to go join our brothers in arms. Is that the void stares at you? Does it stare at you while you sleep?
No, the void is it's in between the threads of fate that make the web, and I've explained this all in previous breakfasts. I don't have to explain more to you. Eat your meat and drink your fish.
Okay.
you're interrupted by Henry Stormrider bursting in and sitting down next to Damocles.
Good morning, Damocles. Goodness, you look like fresh hell.
I'm very tired.
By Mara's grace, Damocles, I mean no offense. Please, take my apologies. Nictor, perhaps it's best we leave the man to his breakfast.
It's at this point that Chef Moyardee bursts back into the room, arms laden with double helpings of food.
Stir with pride, taste of the north in every bite. Henry, you've arrived. I have breakfast for our fine warriors. Here, fried fish and large helpings of beans, fresh from the docks.
You know it, Moyardee. By the smell of things, it sounds like you got Roderick in the kitchen today.
Roderick is elsewhere. Can't have two cooks in a kitchen.
Ah, sounds good.
Well, I'll leave you all to your breakfast. Back to the kitchens with me. Salt of the sea, flesh of the deep.
Has anyone seen Saeed?
Not yet.
Aye, Damocles, I've seen Saeed. Last I saw him, he was on guard duty this morning. That man doesn't take a break. Burning the candle at both ends.
Good. He hasn't died yet.
Have you seen something in the stars, Damocles? Saeed is an excellent fighter. Although Manx here did protect him, I do believe he is blessed by Mara.
I'm still making sense of it, but I definitely do not see a good day ahead.
You must know something I do not, Damocles. We had such success yesterday.
Many things I know that you do not, Henry, but they might be more for the Tamir's eyes and ears than yours.
I am Cedric's eldest son and heir to House Stormrider. What could you possibly have that is not befit to tell me?
It sounds to me like they might have a way of getting through the walls beyond catapults. I don't know, but as someone who understands and sees the power of magic, I worry that there might be some magical means under which they would destroy the walls.
Well, that goblin shaman, the leader of the goblins, I'm gonna guess, was seen this morning approaching the walls, not getting within bowshot, but we haven't seen him very much before, and he was not trying to make his presence hidden this morning.
You're from this area, aren't you?
I am Damocles. I grew up in Seafall, and then I was imprisoned just after my 14th.
Yes. We don't need your whole sad backstory. I just want to know, you would know if there would be... Are earthquakes very common here? Do they happen much?
We have no history of earthquakes here in Seafall, I think, ever.
Can everybody make a perception check right now? We are about to be interrupted. Nictor, let's start with you.
13.
And Minx?
8. But like a high 8.
Damocles?
7.
And Axel.
15.
Nictor and Axel, you hear a faint boom, and then you can hear distant shouting from outside of the tavern.
I'm going to look over to Nictor and just... Did you hear that? Or was that just me?
Yeah, I heard that. Do you think they tested one of those catapults we sabotaged?
Quiet. Let's listen.
It sounds like distant shouting and the clamoring of voices, now drifting clearly to all at the table.
Well, finish up your portions. Let's go see what happened.
Oh no, it's starting. Doom, I tell you. It's about to start.
Henry immediately stands from the table and picks up his crossbow.
I can feel it. Something big is coming, and the walls will not hold.
So I'm going to present you as a group with a choice. Obviously, you're not going to be having breakfast in your adventuring gear. Do you want to take an extra couple of minutes to grab all of your gear before leaving the tavern, or do you want to just rush out and see what's going on right away?
Gear is very relative. I'm going to go grab my box of spiders and make sure that I'm fully spider equipped.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely equipping my gear.
Let's strap you up, buddy.
Appreciate it, Nictor.
Okay, so as you're dressing in plate upstairs, the clamoring becomes very loud, and you can hear lots of shouting, so something major is going on.
Manx, I hate to continue talking of doom, but I happen to see that Saeed will be broken, dead, and bleeding, probably very dead, by the end of the day. I don't know that we want that to happen, but I feel slightly bad if I don't at least try to help him before it happens. So, I don't want to go find him, but do you think you might be able to know where he is? And, I don't know, just give him a warning, like, don't die or something?
I could try to find him. Probably he'll be manning the ramparts or, helping with the guard.
It's very important. If you do see him, please say, don't go down any alleys. You will die in an alley if you do. Now say it back to me.
Don't go into any alleys today. If you do, you will die.
Close enough. Good. Conscience clear. Now it's on you.
Oh, this seems like a lot. Okay, I will go and find him. Geez. Yeah, I will do that. Okay, I'm gonna go to the barracks. I'm gonna try to find Saeed and, catch him before he does anything.
Manx, the moment that you step outside of the tavern, you see what looks like dozens or hundreds of the militia rushing towards the front gate, and you can see smoke bellowing from the distance.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna hustle over there. I have my mage hand is helping me buckle my armor.
As you get to the makeshift barracks, you poke your head in, and it is entirely deserted, other than a few individuals who are hastily strapping on their gambesons and grabbing spears and rushing out the door.
Okay, I'm just gonna shout really loudly and say, "Where is Saeed?"
Nobody even pays any attention to you, and they just keep hustling past you out towards the bell.
I'm gonna grab one and shake him and say, "Where is Saeed?"
I don't know where Saeed is. Last I'd heard, he was patrolling the gate. But there's a whole commotion over there now. We've been all summoned. All fighters to the front gate. You better go now.
Okay, so I let him go, and... Okay, he was on guard duty. I'm going to kind of go to the gate.
I'm going to pause you there and move back to Axel, Nictor, and Democles.
Axel, I'm going to say your plate is all strapped up with Nictor's help, and you are ready to go.
Much better. A little heavier, but a lot safer. Thanks, Nictor.
I'd suggest we leave this comfort inn and find out what is happening. I do believe that the town is potentially doomed right now. Based upon my portents, it's very likely that many of you will die. Come, let's go look outside.
So as the three of you step outside, you see the exact same thing as Manx did, with basically everyone you can see is grabbing anything that they can find and rushing towards the gates. You can see smoke in the distance as well, but none of you can really place where it is. Nictor, Axel, and Democles, make a perception check.
I got a natural 9.
And you, Axel?
Mine was a 17.
And you, Nictor?
Perception. Ooh, a natural 20.
Nictor and Axel, you can see Manx standing near the barracks, which used to be the old market, looking somewhat dazed and confused as people rush past him towards the gate. As you are all outside now, you can hear the Church of Mara's bell tolling to and fro, indicating some sign of danger.
Someone carry me. I want to scout things with Moonshadow. Moonshadow! Away! And I'll throw Moonshadow up into the sky, and you hear her squawk off as she soars off. And quickly I just go into my warging ability and start to fall.
Ah, shoot. Who's carrying the small one this time? Whose turn?
I'll pick him up reflexively, like I've done it a few times, and kind of just have like a deadpan look on my face.
You're an absolute unit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna I'm gonna try to get on the wall. I knew I got out of the tavern before those other guys, so I'm gonna wander in that direction and look for Saeed. You guys can probably see me just like shouting.
A few heads turn as you're shouting for Saeed, Manx, but Saeed himself doesn't appear, and nobody volunteers where he is.
Oh, God damn it. I don't want to have to start checking alleys.
Niktor and Axel, are you trying to catch up to Manx, or are you going about the same speed?
I will just run up ahead and get Manx. I'll stay in eyesight of Axel so that we can still meet up as a team and do what we need to.
I try to tell Damocles, I tried to find Saeed, I don't know where he is, and then I realize he's unconscious, and I
Save your breath there, Manx. He's up in the sky somewhere right now.
roll my eyes and shrug.
Okay, you get about... You can't quite see the gates. There's a huge commotion there, and it looks like the smoke, you're getting closer to it. About 100 yards from the gates, you start to hear very loud sounds of combat. Both goblin squeals and also shouts and yells.
Sounds like we got some violence on our hands, boys. Let's go smack some gobbos.
I will come back.
I'm gonna gently set him on the ground now and ready my weapons.
Wait. I have seen it. I have seen it. The gates have fallen. Goblins pouring into the city. The guards have lined up, but the goblins are pushing them back. They are in great need of support and rallying now.
Did you have a number for us?
As far as I could see, it was all a big wave of goblins. I imagine it's the vanguard that's going through first.
No rodents of unusual size?
Not that I saw. It's going to be mostly a meat grinder the first, hour or so.
Disgusting. Let's smack him about then.
Okay, so Niktor, it sounds like you want to get closer. Does anyone else want to get closer?
Yes, and ready my weapons.
Yeah, so long as it looks like I'm not wading directly into battle. I am very soft.
As you approach the gates, you can count about 150 blue-cloaked Seafall soldiers. The gates themselves seem to have been blasted apart by some type of spell or bomb. The wood of the gate is singed, but the surrounding gatehouse seems to be remarkably intact, indicating a much more localized blast. Goblins rush and pour in through the gate.
The catapults were a distraction.
Axel, you can see that it is going very poorly, only because the goblins have so many more soldiers, they can afford to lose 3-1, and you think that the mass of goblins pushing into the city streets, the moment that they can break into some of those streets to get around, it's going to be pandemonium. So one-on-one, sure, you guys would be able to hold this, but not when there's this many goblins pouring through.
I wanted to see about the siege weapons. Are they functional? Is there people manning them?
Yes, you can see that the ballistas on top of the gatehouse that Garrick had installed are entirely undamaged, but they do not appear to be manned.
It's not looking good, and you're going to see me clench my weapons tightly.
Which one of us can get up there?
We need to man the ballistas?
I don't know. I was thinking, is there any way that you could acrobatics your way up onto the wall and get to the ballistas, or does it seem like it would be too great a risk? Very clearly starting to hyperventilate a little bit.
I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder, Manx, and just say, "Steel your will. We have to get out of here."
We do. Mara is with us.
One of the Tide Guard, who is standing in the back of the Seafall formation, spots you and runs over quickly.
Wave walkers! The goblins have blasted their way into the city. The gates are utterly destroyed. You'll have to find a way to rout them. We'll hold them here at the gate for as long as we can, but there's too many, and eventually they'll overrun us. You have to find a way to scare them out of the city.
A puzzled look crosses his face, and he stops talking. Niktor and Manx, you can hear and now see that a goblin javelin has slammed into the back of him, but has not managed to penetrate his entire body. So he's just standing there with the javelin into the back of him.
I would like to catch him and very quickly yank the javelin out and cast Healing Word.
Okay, you can feel that the magic take hold, and you see the flow of blood slow, and although he remains weak, you can set him gently on the ground, and you know you've definitely saved his life.
Fuck yeah. Healer.
Hey, Manx, can I borrow that javelin? I'd like to return to sender.
For the first time, and after doing some like a spell, I kind of like snap out of it. I'm like, yeah, we better return this from whence it came, and I hand it to you. I think if we can get around and get to the back of the attack and take out some key points and allow the city militia to just hold, then we can route their attack and buy us some time.
I'd like to move out of the javelin range, if that's okay with you. That, or we move forward into the foray and I start burning things. It's really up to you guys. I guess I could do that, but I don't know how much of a difference I can make with just a few fire spells.
Democles, you see down the same alley to your right that it is the same alley as your vision in the night, almost identically.
I will wander down the alley and start heading almost entranced, called to by my visions. What is it that I see? Will I see Saeed's dead body around the corner?
You get down to nearly the end of the alley, and it looks deserted, but it does look like it might curl in around towards the gatehouse.
My goodness.
As you crouch in the darkness next to the wall, you can hear the pitter-patter of little feet quickly approaching.
I've wandered down this whole area and I've looked, and what I see is not... I see the recognition of my vision, but I don't see any of the completion of it. So I am going to quickly turn back, run and dash back to them, and assuming they still haven't noticed that I'm gone, I'll run up to each of them and say, Come, we should go this way. I think it will take us around to the guard house. We might be able to find it. And let me know if you see Saeed's dead body. He's supposed to wind up here sometime today, but I haven't seen it yet.
I get a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Come, let's go. And go quickly, but also quietly. I did hear the pitter-patter of little feet, and I'm assuming it's not children. Much more likely goblins.
Yeah, I'm definitely following.
I immediately, crouch down, that's my stealth mode, and, actually, nat 20 for stealth, so stealth mode activate.
Yeah, I saunter behind everyone else.
As the group of you proceed down the alley about 40 feet, I will have each of you make a perception check. So, Democles, Manx, and Nictor, you can all hear the same pitter-patter of little feet. Now, at the end of this alley, you can go left, and you can see straight towards the wall, because they obviously can't build houses directly against the wall in the town. There's a gap between where the homes stop, where you'd be able to patrol down at the bottom of the wall. There are no stairs to get up onto the wall from where you are. And again, it's not as though it's a double layer or a stone wall. This is just a wooden palisade that has essentially got some cross bracers for strength and support. And it sounds like you have a few minutes before whatever is making the pitter-patter and noises comes around the corner towards you.
Oh, I would like to make myself into a barrel against the side of the wall. With my minor illusion, so that I essentially kind of disappear into the scenery, and they will have to pass some sort of check to be able to see me as anything other than a barrel.
I'm just going to hold an action. If I'm attacked, I will hold an attack. That's it.
Well, ready my spear to huck. Nothing to jump to conclusions to yet. I'll protect everyone else.
I am going to prepare hideous laughter. If I see any enemy come around the corner, I will, as a reaction, cast hideous laughter.
The whole group of you wait silently in the gloom, listening to the pitter-patter of the feet as they slowly approach. You start to hear the soft chitterings of what is now certainly goblins coming, along with the pattering of the feet growing louder as they get close to the corner. And then all of a sudden, they round the corner.
goblins, larger than the goblins you'd expect to find, and this time dressed in black leather with purple war paint under their eyes, streaked down their arms and around their thighs and calves.
Well, one of them better save against hideous laughter.
Manx, you release your spell, but feel the minds of these goblins are far superior to the regular, and they defend effectively against your hideous laughter.
God damn it.
As a barrel, I had my fingers prepped with burning hands, so I would like to burn all of them with burning hands in a 15-foot cone as they come around.
The surprise and shock on the goblins as they stop mid-run, clearly not expecting enemies in this part of town, gives you, Damocles, the time you need to unleash the burning hands, quickly enveloping 3 of the 4 goblins in fiery madness.
Alright, so 3 of them take 12 damage, the one that saves gets 6 damage, and all of them are on fire. Anything that's on them that's flammable is on fire.
Searing hot flames flash over the goblin bodies, setting them all alight. Everybody else roll initiative. Manx, let's start with you.
Hot 5.
Damocles?
18.
Axel?
And I got a 6.
And Nictor.
I got 14 total.
The lead goblin recovers quickly from the inferno and, without seeing Damocles as the barrel, and charges you, Axel, with a shriek. The cutlass of the goblin snakes out fast as lightning as he closes on you, Axel. That's a 22 to attack.
Yeah, it hits.
You feel the bite of the cutlass as it manages to find its way between the upper and lower parts of your forearm protection, biting deep into the flesh for 10 points of damage.
That would trigger my reaction to hit back.
All right, hit him back. What's your score?
26.
And the damage?
Damage this time is going to be 6 of piercing.
You grin in your helmet, Axel, as the reckless attack by the goblin has left him exposed. A low sweep from your bec de corbin catches a knee, and you can feel it break sickeningly and sweep him off of his feet. Damocles, it moves to you, still as a barrel.
I will raise my hands once again and unleash another burning hands.
Jets of flame erupt from your fingers as a barrel, blowing the disguise, but enveloping 3 of the 4 goblins. The one gets his shield up, and the flames arc around him. The others are caught entirely unaware again, singeing and burning hair, flesh, and anything exposed. Nictor, your move.
I hurl my ready spear at literally any of the goblins.
I'll have you just target the goblin closest to you. Roll for hit.
17 total.
Thalor blesses your spear, and it flies true, grazing the shielded goblin and punching directly into his shoulder.
Haha, goblin kebab.
The remaining goblins have now recovered, Axel being closest as their primary target, and both rush at him. Cutlass is raised. The first makes a wild swing, similar to the first goblin, aiming to cut deep into your forearm and disarm you.
Fool me once.
And duck as the goblin's blade hisses over top of your head. You realize too late that you're off balance, and you can feel pain explode in the back of your knee as the second goblin's cutlass finds the relatively unprotected section. Blood begins to course down the left leg for 9 points of damage. Axel, the action moves to you.
So I'm going to grimace, like, alright, I've had enough, and just bonus action, second wind, so that I'm going to heal back 12. And I'm going to use a disarming attack, 8 plus 2, so I'm doing 10 piercing.
You use the heavy hammer of the bec de corbin to dash the cutlass from the goblin's hand. His initial surprise, as it clatters to the ground, gives you enough time to use the spear point on the tip to drive it up into his chest, lifting him from his feet, and then depositing him dead onto the ground. Manx, we now shift to you.
Okay, well, everybody gets fairy fire. And we see twinkling blue-green lights, like fairy dust, starts to appear in the air, and all of a sudden, like a big wave comes in. It looks almost like a wave crashing over us, but it's this like dancing, sparkling glitter dust of light, and it crashes onto this 20 by 20 foot square, and it illuminates the goblin that's on the ground and one of the other goblin that failed to save. Everyone has to give me a dexterity saving throw.
That includes us, yes?
Yes, it does.
Damocles can see this is happening before it happens, and very quickly, dashes behind a real barrel.
Barely misses you, Damocles, and then Axel, does it hit you?
It doesn't. I rolled a 17.
Fuck yeah.
Excellent.
Damocles, your mad dash towards the barrel to avoid the fairy fire has gotten the attention of a goblin nearby, who charges you. To everyone's horror, it looks like the cutlass swings right for your head.
So I'm going to use one of my portents.
But as it passes through what seems now to be you, just smoke, and you stand up unharmed a few feet away from behind the barrel, having anticipated the attack and swapped in magic of your own.
This is why they call me the Future Whisperer.
Okay, he got attacked, so I'm going to use my reaction with Sentinel to swing back at the goblin.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Axel, you seize the moment as the goblin is distracted by Damocles' illusion to use your spear point to drive it home into the back of his knee, forcing him down to one knee.
Leave my friends alone! And just kind of thrust forward.
Just then, a large roar from inside the nearby blacksmith shop catches everybody off guard. The goblins look furtively back and forth to each other, no longer engaged in direct combat. The party looks around quickly, creating a lull in the fighting. Then, without warning, the blacksmith shop next to you, Damocles, and to the left of the party, explodes outwards, sending wood splinters and debris flying through the alley. Time seems to slow as a bear warrior bursts through after firemen carrying Friar Gunner, who's busy delivering knees and elbows to the head of the bear warrior as they charge across the alley into the building across the street. Everybody, the goblins, yourselves, are too stunned to speak at the ferocity of the fight between Friar Gunner and this large bear warrior, who almost seems familiar to the group of you, but you can see them exchanging furious blows.
Get back, you foul mutant. I will cast you in the bowels of any hell there might be it with fist, fur, knee, or hand.
You're going to die here, old man. Your body is frail and weak, and know that I will dismember you limb from limb, so even your loved ones cannot find you after the battle.
The giant bear warrior swings a club studded with iron nails at Friar Gunner. Despite his age, he jumps deftly over it, driving a knee into the chin of the bear warrior.
Get back, foul beast. You have no chance against those made of obsidian.
A gleam of remarkable intelligence shines in the bear warrior's eyes, and he swings his studded club again. Friar Gunner jumps again, looking to repeat the same move, but this time the bear warrior is ready, and as the flying knee arcs towards the bear warrior's chin again, the bear pulls a spiked shield and catches Friar Gunner midway through his chest, slamming it through him and into the wall behind them both, pinning him to the wall, impaled 3 or 4 spikes all the way through.
You see, old man, a beast I might be, but a beast that learns.
The huge bear warrior now turns to face the group of you, leaving his shield pinning Friar Gunner 1.5 feet off the ground, blood dripping from Friar Gunner's caved-in chest.
Now, what have we here? These look like dead men.
Hey, ugly, pick on someone your own size. I'm gonna kind of brace my shield.
It is you. All of you. I had always hoped to find you all again. You don't remember me, do you?
You all look the same to me, and you're not to be remembered once we're done with you.
Where's the little nugget that left me for dead in that pit?
As the large bear warrior looks around, searching for what we assume is Damocles, the goblins spring back to life as they've sensed the momentum of the battle has shifted into their favor. The closest one reacts first, stabbing wildly at Nictor. Nictor, you jump out of the way, but not before the tip of the cutlass manages to inflict a shallow cut running down the length of your thigh for 4 points of damage. Damocles, we move to you.
I'm going to turn to the bear. Ha! Picking on someone your own size, eh?
There you are, nugget! You left me to die in the pit. You left me to step over the bodies of goblins to survive.
Oh yeah, that was you. I remember you. Well, I have a deck of cards just for you. And I will cast Spray of Cards, and they burst into bright cloud of lights that basically blind him if he fails this save, and he takes 2d4 force damage as my cards explode into him. He will lose because I'm replacing it with a damn 3 as my portent. He will now be blinded. So that'll be 14 damage, force damage, and he has the blinded condition until the end of next turn. And I would like to move away from him.
Where did you go?
Look at him, blinder than a bat. You don't need your eyes for what happens next. And then I'll run off to the back.
Moves us to Nictor.
I will first start by using my other spear and trying to jam it into the goblin in front of me.
All right, Nictor, you've rolled to attack. It works. You've rolled for damage, 8 points. You're going to lance your spear forward at the goblin that has just cut you with his cutlass and re-engaged you in combat. And he's not paying it close enough attention, the spear plunging directly into his throat, toppling him to the ground.
Nice! That is perfect, actually, because now I would like to spend a key point, I think it's my flurry of blows, to start off, see if I can knock out one goblin, and depending on how that works, I may knock out the other goblin.
So you deposit the goblin body unceremoniously onto the ground with a wet squishing sound, and then take a couple of steps closest to Axel to engage his goblin.
Yes. Oh! 23 total.
Distracted by the large Axel in front of him, the goblin doesn't see you coming, and you manage to land your first blow, a punch directly into the side of his ribs, feeling them crack under the force.
I presume this guy is still walking about?
He snarls at you, but remains standing.
Give him the old 1-2 good night. Holy tits! 20 again, 25 total.
You step back and, emulating Friar Gunnar, drive a flying knee directly up into his chin, knocking him sprawling to the ground, unconscious.
Ha ha! Feel the taste of my dwarven strength.
That shifts our focus now to Axel.
Alright, nothing fancy, just a standard attack on this guy.
The heavy bec de Corbin swings downward strike against the goblin, who sways backwards, hissing at you as it moves past his head and body.
Swing and a miss, past my turn.
Our focus now shifts to the large bear warrior. Blinded, he lashes out with his spiked club in any direction he can.
I know you're there somewhere, Nugget. I can feel you.
Yeah, hold on. How do I dodge this?
Hold on. I'm bardically inspired. He thinks he's swinging at Nick, and I kind of mimic Nictor's voice, and I'm like, is that the best you got? So he, shifts his attention a little bit in my direction while he's swinging.
The distraction of calling out shifts the weight of the bear ever enough to allow the swing at the back of Nictor to glance, with the iron spikes grazing through, leaving long, deep gouges down his back rather than impaling what would have been a mortal wound.
Fuck, I knew it was too good to be true.
It's only 9 points of damage.
Alright, still kicking, no problems.
And that moves our attention to Manx, as Draka continues to wave about wildly with his spiked club.
Okay, so all of a sudden, I'm gonna back away a little bit. I'm trying to not be in combat, and if I could be like partially behind some barrels, that would be ideal. But all of a sudden, the bear hears in its ears, "You should have died in that pit. You were nothing. You were nothing. That's why they left you for dead, because you'll never amount to anything." And I cast Dissonant Whispers, so it's going to have to give me a Wisdom save.
He scored an 8.
So it's going to take 3d6 damage and flee.
There's no winning here today, Nugget, but next time I'll find you and I'll eat you.
And Draka turns, sprinting away down the alley back towards the gates where the goblins had originally spewed from.
Ha! What a bitch.
And with that, Draka is gone. The focus shifts back to the last remaining chunk of combat, Axel versus the goblin in front of him, who swings the cutlass at you for 19 to attack.
So it misses, and then I'm going to actually use my reaction this time to do my battle maneuver riposte. It is going to be 6 piercing, so low damage.
The cutlass arcs towards you, Axel, and you catch it between the hammer and spear point of the bec de Corbin, pushing the blade upwards and out of harm's reach. The goblin, now off balance, is pushed backwards as you slap him across the face, and then bring your bec de Corbin back, hammer side blow, caving in his chest and sending him flying into the gaping hole of the blacksmith shop.
Nice try, scum, as I skewer him.
There is silence in the alley again. Nothing moves, and you take a moment to catch your breath, all of you.
Fucking Nemesis Bear.
We should definitely try and put him in another pit.
I go immediately to check on Friar Gunnar, and I'm going to call out to Manx. Manx, come help me here. You take Friar Gunnar's weight. I'll pull the shield out, and we can get him down.
Oh, shit.
So once Manx has the support of the body, I'm going to pull the shield out so we can get Friar Gunnar down to the ground.
Hello, Natar. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
With the spiked shield removed from his chest, you can see the blood flowing freely now, quickly soaking through the thin robes that he was wearing.
You did well, Nictor. You showed those goblins what it means to be from Amberstone Abbey.
Friar, please rest. Save your strength. Manx, you can heal him, right? Friar, don't worry. You're going to be okay in no time.
Friar Gunnar waves you away, Manx, as you approach to perform some healing.
You don't know where you might need your strength next, Nictor. This wound is deep. Already I can feel the numbness in my bones. Save your strength for what lies ahead, and let this old man pass peacefully into the next realm.
But Gunnar, who's gonna run the Abbey, and who's gonna mentor me? What do I do next with the Order? You can't go yet.
I don't have answers to those questions. Anyway, Nictor, now let me sleep. And when that rest comes, bury me on the cliffside, facing the sunrise, so I might feel the warm sun upon my face again. Could you do that, son?
Of course, Friar. I will. You rest now.
I am as comfortable now, Nictor, as I could be. Go now, my son, and protect the people of Seafall. I will be here when you get back.
Friar Gunnar's eyes lose focus, and Nictor, you realize that your robes are stained with his blood.
Didn't see this one coming. This isn't Saeed, though, right?
Not Saeed.
We need to get to the outside of the walls and get behind them somehow, and sow discord.
I was saying that this alley will lead us towards the guard tower. We might be able to, from the top, see some sort of advantage we can use, or I can hurl some spells down at people at least. Perhaps if we kill their leader, or whoever is driving these goblins, that may make them fearful and run.
I'll lead.
Right behind you.
I was following you guys.
As you proceed down the alley, you can hear the sounds of combat to your left. It seems like the citizens of Seafall are being pushed further and further back into the city, because from where you can hear the sounds of combat, it sounds like it's almost at the mouth of the alley that you guys ran down. But you can sneak all the way around, and you can see the guard towers to your right, and the goblins just running past and not paying attention.
What's the diameter of this opening in the guard tower?
The gate has been blasted open, and that's what the goblins are pouring in through.
Did we want to try to move towards the ballista? Might help with the siege. You can cast from up there too, Democles.
I agree.
believe we'll be safer at the top of it, assuming nobody's already there, and perhaps we can use something to create havoc in the gateway.
Then let us go.
I am like the wind.
Okay, so you guys managed to slip into the southern gatehouse unnoticed. It's really pretty bare in here. You can see that there was some damage from whatever the explosion was, because you can see some of the daylight through the wooden walls, but it's still pretty structurally sound, and there's a ladder that goes up the 20 feet to the top tower. All four of you are climbing up onto the top, or is any of you staying in the gatehouse below?
I will climb up.
I'm going up with everyone.
Climbing.
The group pushes open the trapdoor and climbs up onto the top of the tower. It is entirely deserted, and there's just a mounted ballista with a full rack of spears ready for use. The ballista is mounted on a swivel to give you better ability to aim or reposition it. From your new higher vantage point, you can see the goblins have managed to proceed about 100 feet into the town. You can see the line of militia holding them back, but it is starting to buckle. The goblins have almost managed to push as far in as the mouth of the Church of Mara.
Can I pull up the ladder behind us?
Good thinking. We did trap that guy in a hole once by pulling ladders.
Outside of the gates of Seafall, you can see now that there are what looks like probably 100, maybe 200 goblins that are milling about looking to push forward into the city, and you can see about a dozen bear warriors milling around with them, waiting for their chance to get inside the city.
I have an idea. Do you think we could light this ballista bolt on fire?
I see no reason why we couldn't.
Excellent. I have an idea that might freak them out.
I'm all for it.
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll light this on fire, you take aim, fire it down into the heart of them, and I'll make the flames turn themselves into little demons or large dragons, trying to frighten them, you see. Goblins of weak minds might be scared by magic of such sort. Unfortunately, I can't do much more than make the flames look intimidating, but perhaps looks might be enough to get them to run.
Let's do it.
I like that idea. Let's take aim.
Oh, and I also can do this. I'll Flamagus. I cast Flaming Sphere right in the middle of where they're running in. Oh, and can I also make the flames from all the burning goblins turn into little demons with my control flame ability, so that it looks like demon flames are now all over the side, and it's like, you messed with the wrong Seafall.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, let Mara guide your bolts into...
You feel holy will wash over you, Axel, from Manx's blessing, and you fire the ballista. The spear leaps forward, and you can see it punch through 8 goblins back to back to back to back.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The force of the spear rocketing through the goblins causes immediate panic, and Damocles' flaming spear preventing goblins from leaving or entering Seafall adds to the utter confusion that sweeps through the goblin ranks.
Take that, vermin.
Burn, goblins! Burn! Burn!
So during this mass panic, as the goblins begin to rout, Damocles converts the fire into tiny little demons, so it looks like hell has spawned inside this gate, and that tiny demons are jumping back and forth onto the goblins, setting them alight and burning them alive. The goblin rout is complete, and the last of the goblins flee as best they can through the broken gates of the city. The guards and soldiers of Seafall stop as they get to the gates, not pursuing them any further into the field. Cedric, covered in blood and gore, stands at the head of the columns of soldiers, staring up towards you, Damocles, on the parapets.
Damocles, it seems we owe you the victory today. You frightened the goblin rabble at the last possible moment to get them out of the city. Well done.
My goodness, you look like you're dead. Or perhaps that's just a lot of other people's death upon you. I'm surprised they did not go running just looking at your visage.
Your quick thinking today, Damocles, has bought us a few hours before the goblins regroup and come through the gate again. We clearly cannot keep them out of Seafall, and we do not have the numbers for a pitched battle, so we must set a trap. I suspect the arrogance of Isabella Ravenshield will force her to lead the next attack, and that presents us with an opportunity. If we cut her head from her shoulders, it may be the decisive blow the goblins need to flee for good. Come down, Damocles. I have need of your counsel. We must plan.
I would like to say, I had a little bit of a premonition. We should talk personally, and I will expand upon it.
Cedric raises his gore-covered trident in victory.
Well done, soldiers of Seafall. You have brought great honor to us today. Get yourselves fed, see to your wounds, and we will meet these goblins head-on when they return.
Thank you for listening to this episode of You Rolled a 1. If you're enjoying this series, please leave us a review. We read them all, and it really helps grow the show. I'll leave you with these musings by Damocles, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Do you ever think maybe there's a place where they don't have fish every meal? Somewhere happier, farther away, with more gnomes.